Yeah, so I grew up on a farm southwest Minnesota just outside Laverne. I've got 3 siblings, a brother Jason, sister Rachel, and a brother John. I was the oldest of the 4.
Okay, so we met in 2006. I had been living in Arizona and was ready to move closer to my family, which is all up here.
So we hung out, we went out for dinner a few times, and then it just kind of grew from there. We were good friends right off the bat, and yeah.
We shared a lot of laughs. I think
Yes.
we met on our sense of humor, I'd say.
So the very first thing I noticed was really subtle. At that time I was working downtown Minneapolis. I'd take the bus downtown and I'd have a couple blocks to walk from bus to office. And I noticed as I was kind of walking the sidewalks that my left foot started kind of feeling off. Maybe a month or so later, it hadn't gotten any better, and I was playing open gym basketball. I definitely wasn't the quickest guy in the court anyway, but I noticed that my leg just wasn't quite reacting like I was used to.
My most vivid memory, really, of that whole spring, summer, will always be our drive home from Mayo. We went on a Friday. We had already had the whole next week scheduled with tests. Well, they, on Friday, gave us we think it's ALS. And so that is my most vivid memory, because we had to, on our way home, pull over in Cannon Falls and just release.
Knowing something was going on, it was still a shock. But just hearing those words, it really hits hard.
Even though you know it's a possibility, it's still disbelief. Like, how could this happen? Why?
He said, Jeff, I have ALS. And what I remember was just crying, and Ryan crying, and thinking that he's been having to tell his family and everyone. And
I remember when you said it was ALS, and it's like your heart stops, and you try to process it, and you just absolutely can't.
As part of our transition into life with ALS, my mom moved in with us, and I don't know where we would be without her here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
2 young kids, getting out the door for school, getting to and from activities.
I think we knew by the end of the year, probably end of November, that this is what we do. You could see the need. There's no doubt about it. There is a need. There's no way they can do it without a 3rd adult here.
Basically, I would say we went from a 4-person family to we are absolutely a 5-person family now.
So the Rat Pack is the name of our team that does the ALS walk each year. My initials are RAT, so Rat has been kind of this old nickname from early on.
thankfully, Ryan has this wonderful community of family and friends that we call the Rat Pack now. It has given me the opportunity to put all of this emotion that I have into that to try and do something good.
It's been really neat to see everybody rally and take something that hurts so much, but take it as an opportunity to show their love for somebody they care about, who they know would be there for them.
And from the get-go, the ALS Association had our back.
Mm-hmm. But then as things progressed, we leaned on the association more and more for help and support, and whether it's been, wheelchairs or a walker or a scooter, the chair I'm sitting in right now.
There's so much that I've learned. There are things that are hard to hear, but I always feel like we can count on the ALS Association and support groups to really help us anticipate what's coming next.
Martha has stepped up incredibly to support, Ryan as a caregiver, but yet still be a mother to 2 young children.
Once we get into our regular routine, sometimes it's just like the kitchen table when we were growing up and similar discussions, and I think it helps to just treat him like the big brother that he is.
I think the toughest part, mentally and emotionally is, being able to do less and less with the kids over time. Starting out and being able to play in the yard and wrestle, go play at the park and shoot baskets, those kind of things. It's been hard, knowing that that's not coming back. One of the biggest questions that's kind of come up intermittently between the two of them is, when are you going to get better?
You have had to answer that.
And so answering when are you going to get better has been one of the ways that we can kind of be honest with them and say, what, this isn't probably going to get better.
Of course we want to be impacted by the fruits of some research team's labor. But we also recognize that until we have a cure, until we find a treatment that actually really, really does something, there are many more Ryans out there. And they're gonna be 35, they're gonna be 55, they're gonna be 75. But no matter who it hits, it's going to rock that family. We've been fortunate enough to feel that his pace is a little bit slower progressing. I mean, to someone on the outside that looks at what he was doing 2 years ago, they wouldn't maybe agree. But as we live it, and as we meet other families, we know this to be true. This for him is slow progressing. There are families that don't get the time that we have, and they need the treatment or the cure now.
And the beauty of it is that it creates hope. And so it's so important to donate. It's so vibrant right now. It'd be very, so sad to see if no one decided to help out just when things are starting to break to a more positive outcome.
And I'd love to be able to watch my kids grow up. I'd love to be able to see them graduate from high school. And the only way that's going to happen is if research has a breakthrough that provides a treatment or a cure that buys me that time.